Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sean Arnold and welcome to another deck profile video. Today I'm going to be showing off the deck which I made around Ancient Fairy Dragon as requested by a person on my channel. Sorry if I've forgotten your name. And I'm just going to kind of show what I am using in this deck and how I kind of came around to building it. Also, I was also requested to make this deck, but also to explain where I got the cards. So I will be doing that. And again, if anyone wants to figure out or wants to ask where any cards are in particular, just ask me and I'm happy to tell you where I find them. So the challenge for this deck was to build a deck around Ancient Fairy Dragon, and there are many different ways to do this. When I was building this deck, my first focus was on, okay, why do I want to get Ancient Fairy Dragon out of the deck? Or out of my extra deck, I should say. And what does she do once she gets there? Ancient Fairy Dragon has two effects. Once per turn, you can special summon one level 4 or lower monster from your hand. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this effect. That effect seems kind of useful. It's okay. It's kind of like Soul Charge in a way. But to be honest, I really don't like that effect. I really dislike it. I don't think it's worth losing my battle phase just so I can special summon one level 4 monster from my hand. It's not even like it's a free summon. I'm using my battle phase to do so. So I'm not really a fan of that effect. So I'm not really going to focus on that at all with this deck. The effect which I am going to focus on is the second one. And that is once per turn you can destroy as many field spell cards on the field as possible. And if you do, gain 1000 life points. Then you can add one field spell card from your deck to your hand. Now, it's not easy to make an effect like that work. It's quite specific and quite tricky. So the first thing which I did is I went to my filters and I went to look for, I don't know why I'm looking at that, I'm looking for field spells. And I thought to myself, what could I use well with this? I thought, Chicken Game would be really good, because Chicken Game is a very simple effect where you draw a card by paying 1000 life points, and destroying it will mean that your opponent can't use it. However, I don't have Chicken Game because Konami doesn't want to update this game, so meh. I thought of cards maybe like Future Visions. Future Visions could be kind of good, I guess, but nothing really spectacular with it. You don't really need Future Visions with Fairy Dragon, and really the best card overall which I have thought of really is Gear Town. Gear Town I like because wherever Gear Town is, where are you Gear Town? Well, I know it's in my main deck. There's Gear Town. Gear Town is a field spell card which supports the Ancient Gear archetype. What it does is it allows you to normal summon Ancient Gear monsters for one less tribute, which is good. When this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Ancient Gear monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Now, the best option for this really is Ancient Gear GADJILTRON Dragon, and I'm just running one copy of that in my deck. And I like this card because it can be special summoned if I want to, and when it attacks, my opponent can't activate spell or trap cards. There are other options. They could be with Ancient Gear Golem. Here's one of him, but the thing is he can't be special summoned, so he doesn't work with it at all. And I could maybe do lower level monsters, but they have really undesirable attacks. Chimera is good, I guess, but it's just a 2300 beat stick. Kind of useful. I could maybe run that as well, but I'm just doing one copy of Ancient Gear GADJILTRON Dragon. I did initially try to get 3 copies of him, but I don't know. I just didn't find it to work too well. I find it to be kind of cloggy if I did, and I would rather recycle the same dragon over and over again rather than having 2 or 3 dead copies in my hand. So that's the main combo of this deck. It's to bring out Ancient Fairy Dragon, destroy Gear Town, and by destroying Gear Town I can bring out Ancient Gear GADJILTRON Dragon, so I have a 2100 attacking monster and a 3000 attacking monster on the field at the same time. Not the greatest of combos, but there we are. An alternative option to this is to use Ancient Pixie Dragon, which is the same stats as Fairy Dragon, but Pixie Dragon allows you to draw a card after a field spell card was activated during that turn. So if I don't want to search out or bring out Ancient Gear GADJILTRON Dragon, I could activate a field spell, bring out Pixie Dragon, then just draw another card. And also, he has a removal effect where I can destroy an opponent's monster as long as I have a field spell card on the field. So it's an alternative option there. In terms of getting out the dragons, you need level 7 tuner monsters and something that can work with those tuner monsters easily enough to bring out a level 7 Synchro. Now, first of all, the first idea I had was Gen X Ali Birdman. Dennis Ali Berman is a good little tuner, although I haven't shown him off in any of the duels I have because he's not easy to draw into. Oops, sorry, tap the mic there. And but what's really good about this card is that you can take one card of your field and special summon him from your hand to the field. So if I have something like maybe, I don't know, summon a monk on the field, I can discard a spell, special summon another level 4, then exchange Dennis Ali Berman with summon a monk, and then I could go into a level 7 synchro. That's kind of where this deck started off with, and I thought to myself, what other tuner monsters could I use with this one? After doing much searching, I kind of just went for the Blackwings. I've played the Blackwings before, I do have a Blackwing deck, and they just work so well together. Gale is a really good tuner monster. It's probably one of the best level 3 tuner monsters, if not one of the best tuner monsters out in the game, because he has a really strong effect of being able to half an opponent's attack or defense. And I really like Bora as well, because Bora and Gale both have an effect where there's another Blackwing on the field, you can special summon it. So if I have Gale on the field, I can special summon Bora. And if I have Bora on the field, I can special summon Gale. It works really, really well together. I then have 2 copies of Shura the Flame, just because he also gets out monsters, but he's not really a main focus in this deck. I could actually get rid of him, to be honest with you. I don't really need him. Steam the Cloak is also in here because he's a really easy to use level 3 monster. But I don't really need that many tuners, so I'm only using 1 copy of him. Plus he's searchable with Black Whirlwind. And then Sephiroth is really, really good because when Sephiroth is sent to the graveyard, you can return 1 card from your hand, from your field to your hand, and special summon him from the graveyard. And that allows you to recycle and synchro summon more often. Summon a Monk I already spoke about for bringing out level 4 targets. Level 4 targets will mostly be either Sephiroth, because he can be brought back from the graveyard after being used, or maybe Bora the Spear. Not necessarily Shura the Flame, because Shura the Flame can't attack when you're brought out with Summon a Monk. But again, Summon a Monk, I don't know for how much I really need it, but it's there. It does the job. Then to support this deck, I have Allure of Darkness and 3 copies of Black Whirlwind and 3 copies of Pot of Duality. These are the draw cards of the deck. These are the searchers of the deck. It allows me to get into my monsters quicker and to pick up the cards which I need sooner. Book of Moon is Book of Moon. Gear Town is there from what I spoke about earlier. 3 copies of MSD. I want to run 3 copies of MSD because sometimes I might want to just trigger off Gear Town's effect quicker, and I can destroy my own card to do so. Ideally, I don't want to do that because I will be losing 2 cards for the chance to get 1 card, but sometimes it can be worth doing so. Especially if you're going to win the game, it's a really easy way just to trigger off and get a 3000 attacking monster to your field. Raigeki is there because it's Raigeki, and because I couldn't think of anything better, to be honest, but it's there. And Snatch Steel is also there. As for trap cards, I have the usual standard stuff: Bottomless, Compulsory, 2 copies of Dimensional Prison, 2 copies of Fiendish Chain, 1 Solemn Warning, and 3 copies of Vanity's Emptiness. Nothing really special, and to be honest, like I said in an earlier video, I'm not really all that happy with this deck so far. I feel like with more deck testing I can refine it and make it better, but people want to see a deck profile video, so I want to get this out now. And if I continue to use it and update it, then maybe I'll do a 2.0 video. For the side deck, to be honest with you, I didn't really know what to choose here. I didn't really want to rely on rank 4s so much, because to be honest, the rank 4s are a better option than going into the synchro monsters, but the aim of the deck is to focus on the synchro monsters, so I kind of want to use these as much as I can and find an excuse to use them as opposed to using rank 4s. But I do have some rank 4s there, just because, you know, they come in handy every now and then. And as well as that, the other synchro, level 7 synchro I have is Black Rose Dragon, just an alternative option if these 2 are just completely useless for the time being. So that's the deck there, guys. Now I'm going to just check the timer, see how long this video has been recording, and then I'm going to go into explaining how to find these cards. So give me just a second. Okay, so here's where to find these cards if you want to build this deck yourself. I'm not going to do every single card here. If you want one of them, the other specific cards, I will tell you that. I'm just going to talk about the main monsters and main cards of the deck. For the Blackwings cards, I highly recommend going through the 5Ds campaign and go far enough into the campaign where you can do a reverse duel against Crow. And it can't be the earlier one, it has to be the later one in order to unlock his Duelist Challenge mode. I think it has to be the last duel the character has in the campaign. And then go to the 5Ds Duelist Challenge mode. and fight Crow here. He has a really good Flight of the Blackwing deck here, and I'll show you what that is inside that deck when I go back to deck edit mode. If I can just find 5Ds and find Crow. Where's Crow? There he is. In this card deck, he has pretty much all of the Blackwing monsters here. I don't think there's any missing. Oh, there's a few missing here, but all of the ones you might need are in his Duelist Challenge deck here, and you can just fight him over and over and over again in order to get these cards. If you want a strategy for farming cards, look for my channel for a video titled Exodia's Lesson on Card Advantage. Try and build an Exodia deck like this, and you can just farm him over and over again. It's really easy to do so, and you get quite a chunk of Duelist points at the same time. For the Ancient Gear cards, again, go through the GX campaign this time and try to unlock Crowlers, Duelist Challenge mode. In the campaign, he does have, there he is. In the campaign, he does have Gear Town in his deck, but in the campaign mode, he only has, well, he has one copy of GADJILTRON in the campaign mode, so I guess you could just beat him there and there again and again. But I went through the Duelist Challenge mode for his Ancient Gear rebuilt deck, and I just fought this over and over again to get the copies of Gear Dragon that I wanted to. And as you can see, I've unlocked most of those as well. Okay, what's next? Where's my AFT? Alright, so the Fairy Dragon, Pixie Dragon, Janet's Ellie Burnman. These cards all came from the card shop and from Leo Luna's pack. So get some Duelist points, try to unlock them, and see, hopefully you'll get lucky enough to get them. Let me see what I got in this pack here. Nothing I needed to. Maybe I'll do Dragoonity some time. And any other key cards in this deck really? Summoner Monk. I believe Summoner Monk is from a Yu-Gi pack. I could just double check that. Give me a second while I do that. Or maybe he's in the Duelist mode. Oh my god. I have to double check that one where Summoner Monk is. Give me a second, guys. Summoner Monk. Summoner Monk is in Yuma's pack. Summoner Monk is in Yuma's pack, so you have to unlock that first and then go to the card shop and go through Yuma's pack here, and then you can maybe unlock Summoner Monk, which makes sense, I guess, a little bit. Not too much really, actually. And yeah, those are the main cards from this deck here. Black Whirlwind again is from the Blackwing deck. All the other cards here, they're cards which you can get along the way. If you want to know where you can get some of these cards specifically, just let me know down in the comments and I will tell you. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching this video, and hopefully this deck profile has been useful to some of you. Otherwise, look forward to some more duels with me using this deck this week. I'm currently uploading a match of me playing using this deck, and then I'm going to move on to something else. Thank you for tuning in, much love, take care, and goodbye.